Picture this. You are standing before a creature that defies both name and death, staring up at some wicked set of fangs sticking through a gaping maw, something that can only take life in a nightmare. 8 long and 5 spider legs clatter on the cold floor of a cold morgue as this creature weighs you up from over 10 feet high, staring down at you with menacing coldness through 2 pairs of glaring eyes. You have faced different creatures that defy logic in the past, but then you overcame them. They became stories. However, this one, you don't know how to kill. You are Onwanuju, and time is running out. This is Celestial Eyes Chapter 2 recap to all the feelings that color my world. Welcome. Hours before Onwanuju stared death in the face, she was in her house in Abakwa, Enugu, ignoring everyone, including her friend Udimare. Then she gets a call that changes everything from Mamozo. There is a matter that needs urgent attention, the sort that the police wouldn't even begin to know how to deal with. That call led her to the present, where Udimare is cowering behind her, grabbing onto her for protection, whimpering, asking Onwanuju if this was a joke, if indeed she had no idea how to neutralize the monster that wanted them dead. And all the while, this monster was drawing close, saliva dripping from hungry fangs, eyes locked onto prey, death, its only calling card, and maybe some. I think I know what to do, but I've not used this in a while. So you should run now, Onwanuju suddenly says. Odi replies, you don't have to tell me twice. I mean, who wouldn't run? But beyond that, just for a while, we see Onwanuju's nonchalance give way to a glimpse of protective instincts. She sets herself up as Udimare scrambles towards the door. Then she recites a spell. Heaven's Gun! Energy swells around her fingers and bursts out in a powerful beam towards this terrifying creature. Heaven's Gun meets undying flesh, and an explosion rocks the building. Odi loses her balance, and when she gets up, she remembers Onwanuju has been ignoring her for some time. Earlier, she couldn't complain, not with all that was happening, but now that the work is done, now that the monster is gone, she addresses Onwanuju's nonchalance, her disregard for their friendship. But the blue-eyed detective is in no mood to address emotions. The work is done. The monster is dead. She can conduct the rest of her investigation, find out what killed the woman and turned her into a zombie, and ask for the rest of her pay. But she can't be more wrong. Right before her, the tattered flesh starts moving. There are suddenly spiders everywhere, dragging dead skin together, stitching them back. Udimare is stunned while Onwanuju is simply intrigued. So that's what reanimated the corpse, the detective says. Spiders? Nope, not staying. Udimare decides and quickly makes for the door, but something grabs her leg. Between trying to shrug it off and looking down to see what it is, fright runs through her entire bloodstream, freezing her. It is not spiders. Onwanuju might have blasted the monstrous creature, but the upper body is still intact, and that is what grabbed her leg. Everything happens so fast. The monster grows. Onwanuju swirls around, but before she could do anything, the creature strikes. What the hell is happening? How does Onwanuju stop something that can regenerate? How do you fight undying flesh? And what happens when it's no longer just a fight for survival but a race against time? Well, hit like if you're still with me, subscribe for the next episode recap, and tell me in the comments, what do you think will happen to Udimare? Will she survive? Is she gone? Are we going to see her again? Did you see that regeneration coming? Stay tuned, because it seems Onwanuju has bitten off more than she can chew, and this monster is just getting started.